Good morning everyone, my name is Chris from Two-Headed Wolf Gaming and welcome back to Fronts of Britannia, our East Engle campaign. Here in front with our 63-year-old king who still goes on the front line and fights his battles. In the last episode, or at least in the last recording, I said at some point I found this column. Where was it? Here? And I started going online and look for it, try to find out what this is. I started by looking on Google Maps and couldn't find the exact position of where this is, or couldn't find any mark. I started to look at the villages and towns nearby and Googled things like column or monument near these particular places. Still ended up with no result, at least not this one. And then I kept looking for monuments in front of Britannia or things like that, and I did find a group of maybe some of you guys who actually started chatting about this kind of Easter eggs that you can find all over the map. And also outside of Steam, there's some discussions. Creative Assembly has a few articles on it, probably from the development days. I didn't delve too deep into them. However, maybe this is something we want to do at some point, like just explore, start a discussion or explore those chats that are already opened. If my channel is going to get bigger at some point, when I'll be able to send a request to Creative Assembly, maybe they will provide us with some of their inspirational materials or a list of the things that they've put in the game so we can find and talk about them. It could be a really interesting idea. Hope you like it as well and we can put it into practice one day. Let's see what we're left here with here on the campaign. We demolished one level of the granary pits. We're gonna demolish the second one as well. One of our generals is ready for duty after a period of absence. I think it's the guy that we decided to torture because he wasn't loyal. Not the best thing, not the best choice in my book, but I guess we'll learn from it.
By no means.
Over here we are getting ready to fight West CX. So we're moving troops to the south, trying to find the best opportunity we can to strike. Here to the west of us we have to pay attention to the faction of Greenwood. They are unhappy with us because we went to war with Derby and now they're in a defensive pact.
Never.
This faction, like Glivsing, is going to war with them. They have 2 full stack armies. So we might be in danger, or maybe not, because there's already a war here. We will have to see. Glivsing is neutral, but our relation is deteriorating. We will have to see what happens. Maybe we will need to respond to them. Let's see our other armies. Gunnar is parked. Irminrik did his job and now he just sits still and replenishes. We're waiting for this clergy appeased to go away so we can replenish our troops faster. Hingvar is ready, Berfran, he is ready as well. And for this smaller army here to the north, they can just sit still, we won't worry too much about them. Let's check a little bit on the objectives that we are going for. For the long victory, we will go to war with West CX. We're going to take out, I think, 3 factions, like West CX and its vassal. I think he had 2, maybe 3, at which point we will do the Long Kingdom victory by destroying all this faction, and we are also at war with Derby, so we're definitely going to fit somewhere in here. To take a look at the famed victory, we have the Cathedral of St. Cuthbert and Edmund that we're building right now. So it's 3 turns over here for the St. Cuthbert, and for St. Edmund 5 turns. We're slowly getting there to our short fame victory, trying to leave some legacy behind. Here we had this. We saw that there's a unique market. It's called Guild Hall. It's a guild. Oh, so that's maybe the old name. The most effective answer to organized greed is organized guilds. We will get -1 to public order, -10 to food production, -100 per turn. But we do receive +20% to all income and +10% to tradable resource production from all commerce villages in this province. So it's gonna be pottery and sheep, right? The cloth. So as soon as we go to war, we should be taking over these territories, so we're producing money. At the moment, we're not taxing them because it would just decrease our food. We are going to go ahead and let's go ahead, build this guild hall. We're gonna start taking the territories in 1 turn, I believe. Let's see, is everyone in position? So he's our king. Our king is, so in 2 turns we'll be going to war. For the rest of you,
we will bring you glory.
We can put another building over on this side. Our public order is good. We have some food. We have salt. Since we do want to upgrade this salt maker for money, we might want to go ahead and build a church to get that +1 to public order, +2 to public order at this level. Yeah, I feel it's a good idea to do so, or we can get more from industry. Let's check the commerce or the amount of money we get, our economy in this particular area. Still need to warm up a little bit. I'm a bit rusty from not talking for a while. Let's see, so we have commerce. We're producing a lot more money from commerce. We're producing about 200 from industry. It's not really worth at the moment to put more buildings that increase the industrial income. Let's go ahead with the church and try to increase the goods this way. We still have some money. I want to continue to build certain buildings. We could go here with the trade wharf, producing us 20%, like an extra 5% extra income in all regions in adjacent province from commerce, and another 50 gold. Definitely going for this. Definitely going from the trade wharf. It's expensive, it's gonna take us a while, but it's going to produce us a lot more gold pretty quickly. Let's end the turn. In the last recording, I was also talking about another game, a strategy game that we could play that has this same kind of theme. Kettle became a producer, +1 to governance, +2% replenishment. Good. So there's this other game that I had the image of it in my mind, but I didn't know what it was called. And then I looked it up, I googled it, I looked on Steam and found it's called Ancestors Legacy. If you haven't seen it already, go ahead and just look for it on Steam. It looks pretty good. It's set still in the age of Vikings, and there's a certain campaign where you have you have like some of the British factions, like some Vikings, and there's campaigns, different campaigns. You can do skirmishes as well, I think. Your troops gain experience, but it's a real-time strategy. I don't know if there's a more strategic part behind it, but you build the buildings, you recruit troops, you put them in different formations, they have abilities, and they gain levels. So I think that that might be our next target somewhere in here when we can fit it in the schedule that I can do at the moment. We will definitely try that game out. Let me know if it's something that appeals to you as well. So here in Linden Siege we have a pretty strong economical place. We're working on increasing. We demolished the granary last turns, and we're also upgrading the town center, like the market. And as you can see, because we do have all these kinds of bonuses from commerce, we are getting quite a lot of gold. So for level 1 market cross, we gain 282 income from commerce as a base, and also 10% extra income from market fair building chains, which are this one, right? Oh, no, it's this one. In all the regions. So having more of these spread throughout our kingdom will be more beneficial for us. An alehouse is good as well. I think to start us off, we were just going to go for the market cross. And with the rest of the money, let's take them in order, in this order of economy. Maybe put more money into Linden Siege. Yeah, let's do that. Since Linden Siege seems to be our most profitable region, and we do have a good public order, let's upgrade some of these buildings. Look, if we do a Mastery Pottery Workshop, we gain another 5% to all adjacent regions. Adjacent regions would be quite a few, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think this counts, but there's 5 regions that are nearby. So upgrading this, maybe upgrade this one as well, will provide us with 10% extra income from commerce in the nearby regions. I think it's gonna pay off quite by a lot. We have a Grand Kiln getting upgraded by our future enemy. Gunnar stayed there, the Thunderers, you stay there as well for the moment. You are in position to take over some territory, and so is he. I believe we should bring in another army. If I take a look at these places, like, we should use the big armies to focus on the towns, and a smaller army to take over the nearby regions. And once we're done, once we move this 17 stack to the left, to the west, we should keep one army here in the area, just in case raiders would come. Because in the past we had to worry about raiders landing from this side, from this coast of ours. But as soon as we take this over, the raiders that would usually come here and raid the West CX territories are going to attack still the nearby villages, which will be held by us.
We pledge our service.
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to recruit another army. We're going to bring in this general that we've already recruited. And we're gonna put him in town. I'm gonna take out this army, put him in the town, and start recruiting some troops. Let's see, we can bring in some bows. Let's bring in some armored bows. They're definitely better. We're gonna add an axeman and a spear. Good enough for one turn. Let's do the end turn and see what we're about to do next. So yeah, at the moment we have a Battle Brother campaign going on as well. If you haven't seen that, do take a look. Gunnar is at 71 years old and level 8. Unfortunately, has passed away. He was a very good general for us. We're appreciative of all the work that he has done. We're gonna bring in... I'm gonna bring in Leofin because he has 10% extra naval battle movement speed. Oh, so this is speed inside the battle. I thought it would have been on the campaign. Let's just go with the bowman then. A worthy bride. Anlaf wants to marry a wise lady, which will provide him with some bonus to diplomatic, but it doesn't matter because he's not our leader, and it's going to decrease zeal by 2 and loyalty by 1. If we take a look at him, he's a good governor. Zeal is not important for him. And loyalty at 4 is not gonna be bad. Okay, give him your blessing. We'll not stand in his way. We finish the Royal Cunius, this amphitheater, which will give us a lot of public order here. Not the best place to have it, but it's gonna come in handy, I guess. Consuming us a lot of food. And we gain +3 influence to our faction leader, which is going to be really good in the near future. We are at -20 food this turn. I believe that part of it is because of this building. Yeah, it's a -30 to food production. And with the current troops that we've recruited here, I guess it's quite clear why this happened. Let's convert this building for a turn. There's a glass maker here, a lumberyard or an iron mine. So whatever building provides us with more public order, that's the one that we need. For priory, that's what we're gonna do. For war, what is it good for? Well, in this case, it's gonna be good.
Our foes will suffer.
It's gonna be good for us to expand our territories. Let's declare war. Here we are, declaring war to Suf TX. They have a bunch of territories here and here. They have a good relation with Wessex, Defna and Sent. Or this is their relation towards us, yes. And they have a whole lot better relation with the rest of the faction. So we're going to war. Hope you're ready.
Prepare to reap what you have sown.
Here we are. Now we have this huge war on our hands, and we've been waiting for this since the beginning of the game. We left them in peace because we didn't really have the power, but now things have changed.
Our foes shall fall.
Guthrum, you come in here,
Without delay.
start taking over territories. I feel that we're not really playing Vikings. We kept conquering territories, but we're on the side of the English, right? This is what we did. We did. At this point, I'm looking at this, and it seems that we moved in a Ah, how interesting. So as you can see, this here English mechanic moved towards the army because we've declared war on English factions. Because we did that, we're getting 20 XP per turn for our units. We get plus 20% upkeep for cost for all our units. We do gain 10 extra morale for our units and minus 2 turns for unit replenishment for all of the recruitment pool. However, we've lost the bonus to faction allegiance. We've lost a lot of diplomatic bonus towards all English factions, although most of them were here in the south. And we've lost the plus 50% income to commerce. And because of this, we are now at 573 gold per turn. And this is starting to hurt us just a tiny bit. So we finished Armor Defenders. For our next move. We could go for Trained Jarls, Train Cavalry. What did we say we would do? I believe we said we are going to go for this. First of all, for the road networks. We want this extra campaign movement inside our territory, and this will be good for us. Minus 10% construction cost for villages and secondary slot buildings in all region. I believe this will come in handy as well for those monasteries that we need to build, those churches, especially now that our economy has gone away by a whole lot. Let's take a look at our trade. There's still places to trade. We've lost some big partners in here with WestCX and all its vassals. I believe we're in good shape. I want to take a quick look into the diplomatic attitude. It hasn't changed. Stratclut is still friendly with us. I guess declaring war to SCX hasn't changed things that much. Let's use the rest of the armies to march forward. We're gonna keep this guy here. For Thor's hammer, there's a 20 stack army here. I'm just gonna take over this village, this settlement. I'll upgrade the swords to Sword Hersier, and I'll wait to see what this army does. If it's marching towards us, I'll go attack him. If not, I'm gonna go siege in this particular town. And for our king, we're gonna move him south to Dorchester, but only after we're taking this plantation, over that plantation.
You can rely on us.
New levels for Guthrum. He's loyal. Final level over here for the governing skill. This new general of ours, he's peaceful, so he has -1 to command, he has +1 to governing, and +3 to public order from his wife. I am going to give him quartermaster for the moment. We see no enemies. In case we do see an army, we're gonna march back into Middle CX. We have food shortages. Let's see, if we take a look at London, if we do tax province now, what does it do? Well, it decreases our food by even more and provides us just with 83 gold. Not something we want. Let's see how we could produce a bit more food. If we take a look at the regions which produce us the least food, this is good. This produces us food. This is at -70. So it's -70 in the region, and we're only making 200 gold. If we stop taxing them, there's not going to be... they're gonna provide enough food for themselves, they're gonna buy it, and we're just gonna lose on a tiny bit of gold. So I think this is the best decision for the moment. let's end the turn and see what's gonna happen next. So as I was saying, in the last end turn, we have another series, a Battle Brothers series. It's a different kind of game, it's more of a RTS with strategic battles. You have to do a bit of party management, you have to keep mercenaries alive. Um, Somehow it still feels... I'm not sure, but at the moment I usually go with teams when I play. So when I get into a medieval team, I like to play all the games that are in that medieval team. When I get fascinated by Japan, I start reading about Japan, I start playing games like Total War Shogun or other games that would be inspired from Japanese culture. At the moment, we're definitely into the medieval one, and I think this is where we're going to expand the channel. Anlaf, once is distracted by his passions, we can make him focus his mind, decreasing his loyalty once again by 1, but he gains this acrimonious trait, which provides him once more with -1 to loyalty, and I believe also some usurper allegiance. I don't want this trait. Let's lose 1 influence and lose 1 loyalty from him. Skinner is... oh, so one of our governors, no, one of our generals received the Skinner trait from having a Tanner building, which increases the shield effectiveness. Leofsige is loyal to the king from the assembly building chain, gaining +2 to loyalty and +4 to faction allegiance. And Ragnar, because we have no food shortage, he gained +2 to governance and +2 to influence. So him, right?
We will bring you glory.
He became loyal to the king because we have this building. Really cool. Construction complete. The White Church of Saint Cuthbert. The next one is gonna cost us 52,000. No, 5,280, providing us with a little bit more gold, more morale in the adjacent provinces, and extra public order. We're gonna need it, but at the moment we do not have the money. So what are we going to do next? One of the things is, like, this province is in 2 turns is going to be upgraded. What I'm thinking about doing is use our king to siege this province. It's gonna take us 2 turns to actually fight it, right? Because we're building siege towers and then we're going to attack it.
Bring death.
And by the time we take this territory, on the next turn we can move here and receive this beautiful upgraded orchard.
Will pledge our service.
Well, let's move further in. They have over here some fruit plantations and a fishing port. They're upgrading it to level 5, but we're not gonna wait for that.
That is not yet possible.
Unfortunately, I've misclicked and I'm very unhappy about that, but what can you do? For him, he's gonna take snow attrition if we do this. I'm just gonna keep him still for now. Let's... I don't see his armies anymore. Like, he has this 1 stack. Probably taking over this village. Let's go siege the province capital.
Smash them! You can rely on
And
us.
for the rest of you, you come here in front,
Now.
take over this next territory.
Yes. We will.
Maybe the better thing would be to
We'll pledge our service.
have sacked it
We'll see this through.
for 1 turn, but I don't know about that plan. So anything we would recruit now would cost us a lot. I'm just gonna add another spear unit. But as you can see, we have no more money. But we did gain some extra food.
We pledge
So
our
let's see,
service.
if we go here and we start taxing the province again. No, we're still at minus 35. If we would have taken over this territory, then we would have been good. I guess we're delaying it by 1 turn. And at this point, I guess we're delaying it by 1 episode. So I thank you very much for watching. Look forward to seeing you in the next episode as we start taking over the South territories of the British Isles. I'll look forward, as I said. See you in the next episode. Have a wonderful day.